this more was because I wasn't prepared to analyze all of these Pesukim. I just wanted to see it. And a lot of this has to do with understanding Pesukim, which I should be working on because I'm trying to get in the habit of, doing Tikkun Chatzot every night, as I explain how I'm doing it. I think maybe I'll have better success in the wintertime when the nights are shorter, or longer, rather. At any rate, we're on page Samach Vav. And he's still continuing to go through different aspects of Pesukim that we find in the Tikkun Chatzot. Let me ask you a question. On Tisha B'Av, these things that we're learning now, I know that you're allowed to learn the Hilchos of Tisha B'Av. What about this, and especially Medrash Eichel, which we can learn this. Are you going to be available to learn it?
No, probably not. Probably the timing won't work out because it's late night.
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't know your schedule, but I have more time. Okay. Let's go on to, we're on note number I in Tess. And we'll read from the bottom in terms of what we're doing. One set, let me just show, this is I in Tess. This is our page Samach Vav, number I in Tess. That's it. Zagam b'pasuk leiv nishbar b'nidkis, so a broken heart, a depressed heart, a sunken heart. Sheb'mizbach b'ba alav nasun anavi, and that phrase appears in the Mizmor when Nasan al-Navi came to confront David Melech about Uri, etc. Nasach ni mori zal yichud echod, he gave me a yichud to do here. She'akavim bo kodem eshkiva, that I should have kavana on this before I lie down. Like I say before, I'm not prepared exactly. I don't know. We do have this in the back of the Sefer. There is the Tikkun Chatzot, the full one. So he said, "Me'mein kodem eshkiva." K'noidach atzleinu inyan minhag haYechudim ha'elach ma'inyanim b'shar ruach HaKodesh. What's going on in Shar Ruach HaKodesh? Ve'ein zocher el ketzas, but only, he says, I only remember a little bit of it. All the bedati l'hatiko po, but I thought I'd copy it over here. Ki nira l'nias daiti shetov l'kavim bo ata gam came. So what is it? So we're going to get an explanation. We have what? According to this, the reason why I asked you that is because we have this is a short day, and we have one more day. That's tomorrow. So we'll try to get through this and just look at it. V'hu zeh milas leiv. So how is this? I didn't really get the whole thing. Hu leiv elokim d'maisa bereshis. So in that pasuk, he says, is the word leiv. B'tevis leiv yakaven shehem lamed bes elokim. These are the 32 elokims at bereshis. Amorim b'pasukim maisa bereshis. So he says, Roshi tevis lamed bev nishbar the nidke. So he says the Roshi Tevis, which are Nun and Vav, aim b'gematria Elokim, which is a gematria of, Lamed, Nun, 80, and Nidke, and Vav is 86. So that's to let you know there's a din associated with it. So the Roshi Tevis Elokim Lev Nid Lev Tiz Lo Sivzeh Heim Tal. Those are the first two letters. That's the gematria 430, which means what? Husod chamisha shemos Elokim. This is if you take the name Elokim and multiply it by 5. Shehem gematria tal, is the gematria of 430. Shemesham nemshachim b'tevis tiltalim. V'kutza the Ari the Zer Anpin. So this is sort of, what's a tiltalim? I guess it means the hanging hairs, and the bundles of hair are the bundles. It's not exactly bundle, but the pieces of hair. The Zer Anpin. V'yotze min chamisha gevuros. And where does this come from? We're talking about Zer Anpin now, and the head is Zer Anpin. This is coming from the 5 gevuros. Shabo. Shehem chamisha shemos Elokim, which in fact the gevuros, the 5 gevuros, are Elokim. So exactly what he's saying here, I'm not sure, because in other places the gevuros are also Havayas, but over here he says they're Elokims. V'lechein Nirmaz v'nichtach v'perish sham Hashem Elokim gam came be'inyan zeh. So therefore the name Elokim is going to appear in this. Ba'omer Elokim, when you say Elokim, there's 5 of them. Let me just read this because it's a little unclear to me. He said, "B'tevis lo sivzeh, Yekavin Shiroshus Kavus," which is Lamed and Toph, Tevus Olam B'gematria Tal. So he says, what is that? The comedian Chamisha Pamim Elokim. V'chein ha'chamisha gevura shebezer anpen, u'mechamisha gevuros elu yotzim b'chinas Taltalim. So he's not saying that these are the gevuros that are in Das, which would be Havayas. He's saying these are the gevuros that are running down the left arm of Eric Anpen, which is tilted in that direction during these 9 days. V'chamisha gevuros elu yotzim b'chinas Taltalim. The Kutza Disa'ari Dizasa, these are the hairs of Zer Anpin Tal, is the Meloshin Toltolim. So that's what he wants to try to say. V'alkein b'posuk zecha v'gam nirmaz bo shem Elokim b'rosh tevas v'gematria v'gam nichta v'ferish Elokim lo sivzeh. So let's let you know that there's a din running around over here. Let's go on to Pei Gimel. Mamtikim b'sofi tables shalot pasuk hazeh. And so the final tables, letters of this pasuk, he says Ketzav. Let's take the word Elokim. Shem Elokim Pasha the Nirmaz Barosha Tevas Lamed Beis Nishba Benidka. So you have that, comes out to be 86. Tam Tikehu B'Sofi tables. So you can sweeten them up with the Sofi tables of them, which are what? There's a base, a resh, and a hey. What does that mean? Base, resh, hey. Shebechem shehem osius base resh hey. Shehu gematria or. V'hu so elef lamed ekis, or the elef lamed ekia kemavur etzlenu imakoil. So apparently if you add those up together, they come out to the same. Let me keep going on in the interest of trying to just look at this. V'chamisha Elokim harumuzim. So these 5 Elokims that we're talking about, Baroshe tables of Lo Sivza Vehem, come to the gematria of 430. Hamatika Tam Tikim B'Sofet tables. You take those idea. The idea is to figure out a way to sweeten those 5 Elokims, which are pulling everything very strongly to the left. And if we look at what's going on in the world today, it's really incredible. They're really ganging up as if they could do something about it. We'll see what Hashem has in mind. Tam tikkun b'sofei tevos shehem shlosha osios Elokim lo sivza v'hem meya. So comes a gematria of 100. Shehem b'gematria mu. Now let me see if I lost track of this a little bit. I might have to read it again. V'hem miloi the Ravavaya the Av, as we know, the Yudin are ola b'gematria mu k'naidim. L'achar mekam yikavi lahamtik as a chamisha shemus Elokim ha'merumazim b'rosha tables lo sivza k'nizkar. He's of the Yakavin Lahamtikin Besofi Tevus Elokim Lo Siv Zecho Ola Bigamatria Mo. So it's mem involved, it's the final tables. V'hem Romazin the Osis Amiloi the Ravaya the Av. Now this is teaching us something about, it is always interesting why Miloi is used like the Siddur shows us the osius of the milui, the Ravaya, the Ab, Milu Yudin. What does that milui do for you? And here it is. Here it's used as a sweetening power. It's an extension. Ha'olim mu. V'gam etikavim ki roshe teva shel zevach elochim ruach nishbara hu b'gematria ranach, which is the number 258. V'hu sod shlosha elokim shebegaran, and this is the secret of the 3 different Elokims that you find in the throat. K'mavor retzleina b'sod nicher groni, my throat groans. V'zecha zivche Elokim, and that is the vibration, I guess, that's coming from there. Is these Elokims? I have to see it inside. B'pasuk zivche Elokim ruach nishbara yakaven sheroshi tables elo olim b'gematria ranach. Kaminyan shlosha shemus Elokim 3 times 86. V'hein shlosha shemus Elokim anim soim begoron. The Goron is a place of really changing, really putting gevuros, which is those Elokims, from what's coming down, the breath that's coming up out. Shehem mochin dekatnas, which are the mochin dekatnas. Read it again. He says the shemos elokim are mochin dekatnas. So he said v'shemos elokim elo nirmazim gam b'mashikasav zivich elokim. He said v'tikavin v'hamtikum ayidach sofi tables elo atzman shem begin matriach avayah demilu isav v'hem zivich elokim ruach nishbara, which is the letters yimcha, which means to wipe out or to erase, is 5863. There it is. The kavin, so let's go going on. So ad kan until this point. La amod, so I think we're over someplace else here. Number peches, la amod b'chatzas alayla tzara kamatanoim. So if you're going to get up at that time, there are certain conditions have to be made. One is for us to do tshuva. Hasheni, the second one, who liten tzedakah ba'oven shelo yada b'hu l'mi nosna, is to be able to give tzedakah at that time anonymously. V'hamakabel b'gam kain lo yada b'mei kabla, so he who receives it should be anonymous in the sense that the receiver would not know who's giving. V'hashlishi hu l'kros ha'pesukim b'kol yom ba'ava. The second thing is to do it with love. Over yira, over tefillin, be wearing tefillin. And what is that? Tefillin? V'tikavin l'hamshik lo'orel ha'yira min os yud. Va'ava os hey. So yira from the letter yud. The next letter is the letter hey. He said, he's got, there's a real arichas coming up over there, which I'm sure is going to be very interesting. Ba'os hey, I lost my what I was doing. Oh, ba'os hey, I got it now. Okay. V'hu l'krosa b'suki b'kol yom ba'ava v'yira b'tefillin. Now it's a tefillin part that is he telling me I never saw it, but tefillin, okay. V'tekavin l'ham shechel lo'orach ha'yira min os yud v'ha'ava ba'os hey. V'chatorah shehem b'pesukim ma'os vav. Over the v'hatefillin shehem mitzvah ma'os hey achrona. Now I'm not sure what to do with this, with the tefillin. I don't think we put ashes on our forehead, so I'm not sure what that meant. Going on, he says a revi hu lachanich tefillin b'chavon kavanazu. So it goes into it. Ki arba parshas tefillin shall rosh. Hem keneged arba osios savaya, they correspond to that. Because echad as kar shebechem keneged shem ekya, which is the name ekya. I think we actually got to the end of this, so we could go back on some of this. Keneged shem ekya. So let me see it again. We're almost as we have no time. You want to give me the time to finish this, or? Shebechem keneged shem ekya, v'arba batim shalachem keneged arba osios ekya. V'yakavid be'arba osios avaya yesh arba shemos asmab. Ve'elu kulom hem min shlosha osios Yaakov bilvad be'arba miluya min iskarim zulasi he achrona, with the exception of the five. This takes explanation. Arba parshas tefillin shal yad hem keneged arba osios savaya, v'chem arba b'shemes Yaakov. So once again, I don't know how that works. It's only the first three letters. B'shutim bilti milui. Called echad. So you look at each one of those is going to have a Yaakov. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Called echad as karos shebechem keneged shem ekya, and each one of them corresponds to ekya. V'chabayisha lechem keneged shem adni k'bavur tzleinu. B'shar tfilos, v'hamakayim b'kol yom tenoim and iskarim yizkish azreichu el oror lehis oror la'amod b'chatzis alayla. This will fortify a person, help him to arouse himself to stand up at midnight. So I'm a little bit famished about what's going on with the tefillin, and maybe we'll come back over there tomorrow. There's an arichas over there, and maybe I'll get a chance to look at it before then. Thanks for learning. Kol tov.